Buddy Mather and Parker here to talk about today's astrology. So I shall share the chart and let's take a look and see where we are today. We have a square of the Sun and Neptune, which can cause a lot of absent-mindedness. It can cause, because what's happening when Saturn and the Sun square, when Neptune and the Sun square, we're not paying attention to reality and we're paying more attention to some sort of lofty thoughts. We're lost in our daydream. We're daydreaming. We're not focused as much, and then something can sort of throw us back into reality and as a surprise, like we hit our knee somewhere, or but basically this is happening so that we connect a little bit with the higher realm, and we open our minds, because oftentimes when Neptune squares the Sun, we change our mind and we open our mind. We see things differently. We have an awakening, or we see past an egoistic locked perceptive, and we see something. We see a big. It's a foggier picture, but we dissolve the old way that we think, and we start to develop a new way of seeing things, or a new religion, or a new philosophy, or a new belief. Often Neptune square Sun, we completely change from one belief to another. We have a whole new philosophy all of a sudden. We believe in one thing, and then the next thing we believe in the opposite. Or in other words, we could have been atheistic, and now we suddenly believe in spirituality. It can be that extreme, Neptune square the Sun, because what's happening is we're gaining clarity on some sort of higher truth, because Neptune also represents a truth. So we're dissolving things that are not true, and we're becoming clear on what is true. And so at the same time, we also have a Jupiter squaring Saturn, which is also building until the 24th, and then it starts to come down. But that is, and this time it was squaring Saturn we had a Jupiter square Saturn in August, and Saturn was in retrograde and Jupiter was direct, and now we flipped. And so now Saturn is in a very spiritual position. It's really about balancing material and spirituality. So now that Saturn is in direct, we've learned something more, how to balance more spirituality into something in our chart, wherever Pisces is. For instance, if you have Pisces over your seventh house, you've balanced more into a spiritual relationship, less material. As Saturn goes direct now for the rest of the year, it's definitely exploring new spiritual approaches. Now, let's say Pisces is in your fourth house. You would be finding more spirituality in your home, creating areas where you can meditate better, or just moving to where you have more water and more peace of mind. So, and then that squaring Jupiter, which is our calling, which is what we're here to expand. Good is the great benefic. So with that in Jupiter, that Gemini, Jupiter in retrograde, which is our calling. And remember, this is all related to the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction of December 21, 2020. We're looking at an internal understanding. See, this is all connected because we've got the Sun squaring Neptune, which is opening our minds, giving us spiritual awakening, changing our belief system, releasing rigid belief systems, right? Opening it up, seeking new definition, right? And then we've got Jupiter squaring Saturn in Pisces in a very spiritual sign. So and Jupiter in retrograde is more introspective, reevaluating our motives, redirect, and it's in Gemini, so it's learning information, relearning things, going back and refreshing on things and becoming clearer on what we believe, the knowledge and information that supports what we believe. So this is a very interesting period here where we're redirecting around information that changes the way we believe. And so now, or changes from what we've believed. We changed, we have a new belief. So we're evolving into a more newer perspective, higher wisdom around things that we have previously believed. So with Jupiter in retrograde, it's something that is guided by our internal compass that interests us, information and knowledge we wish to expand on, because if you're going with what interests you, you're in alignment. It's going to take you the long haul with that Saturn square. So Saturn is making sure that we have clarity on how we want to spiritually evolve, or how we want to balance spirituality into our calling. Now, our calling is usually very spiritual, but that's like a really wide term. It can just mean doing what fills your soul. And it could be, writing, creative writing. It's coming from your talent, your gift, and it's about expansion. It's about expansion. It's benevolence. What we have to give. It's our gift, right? So this is about aligning that with spiritual balance, that effort, going inward and connecting with the spiritual message of our calling. And then with that sun squaring Neptune, again, we're gaining that clarity on more of that. Plus, don't forget, we've had Mercury opposing Jupiter. Mercury is going to go back into opposition with Jupiter here soon, in a couple weeks, where we again look at some, and I don't know, Jupiter will still be in retrograde in a month. Where's Jupiter? Still retrograde. So it's going to pass. Let's go back to weeks here, because it could just pass. They're going to meet again here. And this is this theme of this Jupiter and Mercury retrograding, where they're mutually benefic. In other words, they're in mutual reception. This is December 27th. So they oppose each other again on December 27th or December 26th. Sorry, December 26th. So this whole time we're waking up to new beliefs, what our new opinions, information that changes the way we see things. Opening up our minds, humbling the ego. That sun is that ego where we're squaring Neptune. We're getting over our ego and starting to see, open up and look at things and open our minds, because we have to open our minds, because this new earth is completely, this new era we're about to enter in is just, we can't even imagine. Our minds are too limited for the expansiveness. And our minds are limited for the expansiveness of Jupiter. And Jupiter wants to expand through us, this great new earth that's coming. So I was looking at that Jupiter opposition hitting on the 26th, right at the same time as that square to Jupiter and Saturn hits at the same time. And I would be, what are we doing with Neptune at this time? Neptune is sextiling Pluto, which is helping us get clarity on the spiritual purpose, our soul contract, because the nodes are going to be right there. I could go on. This is very exciting. All right. Thank you for watching. Namaste.